To the press conference table, we have Carla Brito, Sammy Puisis, and Mama Dembele. Thank you, ladies. Welcome to Columbus, Ohio. Congratulations. We are going to open up the floor for questions right now.
All right, this is for all of you. We'll start with Sammy and go to your right. You did a great thing by winning the conference tournament. When did you guys switch it from, okay, celebratory to it's down to business for the NCAA?
I would say, like, it's been business since going into the conference tournament. Getting to the NCAA tournament was, one of our main goals, and now that we're here, we just want to enjoy it, not to put too much pressure on ourselves. We know we can play with these teams. We showed that we deserve to be here, so we just want to have fun.
Yeah, what she said, we had a tough schedule in November, December. So, we're ready for this. We're not putting pressure on ourselves. We just want to enjoy the moment and also enjoy with this special group that we will have so much fun.
Yeah, as they said, throughout the whole year, we had this mentality. We've grown it, and now it's kind of natural on us. And we just want to come here, make some noise, and have fun as a team.
I didn't identify myself. Derek Sharp, these guys know me from Bulls Unlimited. But last thing, as far as what are your impressions of Tennessee and what it's going to take to beat them?
Yeah, they're very athletic, and they pressure the ball, press full court. So we just got to handle their pressure. We got to rebound. It's going to be a full team effort. But we're ready to go.
Yeah, pretty much. It's going to be a tough game, but we know they're going to be physical. But we're going to do our best, and I trust my teammates. So I know we're going to have the 40 minutes playing really, really hard.
Yeah, as they said, it's going to be a very high-intensity game. Both teams really like to run up and down, so it's going to be just being patient, taking care of the ball, and kind of staying true to who we are.
Right there.
I'm Cora Hall with the Knox News Sentinel. Sammy, this program's no stranger to the NCAA tournament, but after missing it last year, how much of that was a motivator for you guys, and does it make it sweeter this time around?
It's definitely sweeter this time. I love this team. To get here with this team, it's so fun. We had some bumps throughout the year, but we've always stayed together, and our bond was so strong. So we're all very excited to be here.
Go ahead, yeah, please.
Mama, you transferred from an SEC program. Just what has this year been like for you, and just how excited are you to be playing in your first NCAA tournament?
It's been amazing. It's been a journey, personal growth, getting to know different people and really get to know them and love this game. I just think I'm very excited to get into this tournament, and especially with this team. It's something that it was out of my mind. When I finished, I thought that was it. And having the chance to come back, have one more year, and get to experience it, I'm just very grateful for the opportunity.
I'll throw out a question for each of you. How do you feel your schedule this year has prepared you for the NCAA tournament? Sammy?
It's definitely prepared us. We played against, the best and on their home courts. So we have experienced those types of environments, the best teams. So I think it just, it made us better going into our own conference, but we also could play with them, so it gives us confidence going into the NCAA tournament.
Carla?
Yeah, I think it gave us a lot of motivation from the beginning of the year. We knew that our schedule was really, really tough, but we were not scared about anyone. We just play hard every time, and now in this moment, we know that we're not gonna be scared, and anything's possible right now.
And Mama?
We've proved to ourselves that we can play at a very, very high level, and we can compete against these teams. And just to get here and be one of the chosen teams just gives you that confidence that you need. And we're just going to go out there and do exactly what we've been doing throughout the year and play for 40 minutes and just show what we can do.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to jump to some of the Zoom questions that we have. Kevin, you've got the microphone.
Thank you. Kevin Lewis from ABC in Tampa. For Sammy, how satisfying is this? And hopefully there's much more basketball in your future at USF. Personally, you transferred, then you have a knee injury that ends your season, and now you're here. Just personally for you, how gratifying is it to be in the position you're in now?
It's awesome. I'm very grateful. I've been super blessed with coming back from a tough injury, getting to play another year and, having great teammates and Coach Jose helping me through all of it. So it really does make this moment special, and I'm just trying to, enjoy every second because I know, the next game could be my last, but I am very grateful for this entire year.
Go ahead, Joe.
Thank you. For Sammy, Mason, Ohio is not very far from Columbus. Do you anticipate a lot of people coming up, and have you heard from old friends and wishing you the best?
Yeah, I have a great support, like my family, relatives, old friends from high school, AAU coaches, they're all coming, so it'll be really exciting. I never thought, coming back to Ohio after so many years, it's pretty sweet.
I got one more follow-up if I could.
Please.
You alluded the other night after the Rice game after the bid came out, that you had played on the court, Schottenstein Center court before. I believe that was your junior year at Mason when you guys went to the state tournament. What are your memories of that?
Yeah, we won in the semis and lost in the finals. I also went to Ohio State camps, so very familiar with the court. So it'll be really fun.
Thank you.
Sammy, I'll ask you, do you have a favorite Cincinnati-based ice cream?
I love Graders. Yeah.
A certain one?
The black raspberry.
All right.
Yeah.
It's pretty darn good. Joe, do you have any more?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Okay, Diana, you've got the microphone.
This is Mia from Press Pass Tampa Bay, and I was wondering what message you have for young women watching at home who dream of competing at this level one day.
I would just say, it takes a lot of hard work, but anybody can do it. I think I was that little girl going to WNBA games or college games and, hoping that would be me. And I just was in the gym all the time, joined so many teams, had the support from my family. So that's ultimately what got me here.
And speaking of young ladies, Mia, who just asked that question, is with the Tampa Organizing Committee, and she's shadowing individuals down there and getting an opportunity to ask questions at a big-time NCAA press conference. So thank you, Mia.
Yep, thank you.
Any other questions? No? Okay. Ladies, thank you very much, and all the best tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, folks, we have Coach Jose Fernandez up with us. Coach, if you don't mind starting off with an opening statement.
Well, thank everyone for being here. Of course, my staff and players and the entire athletic department are really excited to participate in this tournament. There's an unbelievable amount of work to prepare to host an event like this, and we're pretty excited to be a part of it. So,
Great.
Fire away.
All right, Derek Sharp, Bulls Unlimited Radio. Coach, your team has got to be ready for full court pressure from Tennessee. What's the challenge, the main challenge that the Volunteers present?
Well, I think when you play the type of schedule that we've played, Derek, right, in November and December, I think our players and staff were really challenged in those 2 months, right? But until you see that type of pressure in person, it's a whole different thing. You can watch them a lot on tape, and we've done that, and our players and staff has. So I think the two big keys are going to be how we take care of the basketball, right? And we do not give Tennessee extra possessions by turning it over or giving them second, third opportunities. So we came back, we had some time off during the conference tournament, and we had a couple practices, and then had a good workout yesterday here, and we'll practice today, shoot around tomorrow. But yeah, those are two things that you try and mimic in practice with your male scrimmage players, and did some different things. Pressed our guys with 7, 8 people on the floor to get a little feel of how patient we have to be and how we have to move the ball against pressure and active hands.
Share that the males practice players are saying, as long as his mama's not handling the ball, we can handle them. So I know she's an important part. I know this is a broader question, but for the women's game, you guys get units for the first time, and with that in mind, are you getting well wishes from around the conference?
Yeah, Derek, I've been doing this. I've been a head coach for 25 years, and this is our 10th NCAA tournament. And this is something that is long overdue. Student athletes, coaches, athletic departments, conferences, our women's game deserves this. And proud to say, I know these conversations came up in a lot of our Women's Basketball Coaches Association meetings, and this is something that Charlie Baker really made a valiant statement in the business meeting last year at the Final Four. Yeah, it's great. Women's basketball has value, and it is now hopefully all around the country. Athletic directors and sport administrators see the value that women's basketball has, and they will continue to invest in women's basketball. And that's the only way this game's going to continue to grow. So I'm very happy. We were all very happy and very excited when it was announced, and then it was approved. You always want more, right? We all wanted more, but it's a good starting point. It's a great starting point.
I'm going to jump onto the Zoom. Joe Henderson, you've got the mic. Okay, we'll come back here to real time. Front row right.
Vanessa Wenzel with the Bay Area Examiner. Watching the girls in the tournament, their confidence seemed to really go up every game. How do you think their confidence has evolved up to game day tomorrow?
I think our players knew what was at stake. We had won 9, 10 in a row, and we had some injuries down the stretch, which you go on the road to Tulsa and you lose at home to East Carolina, and we played our way out of at-large conversation. We did. You can't have 2 losses outside of the top 100 going into your conference tournament like we did, no matter what type of schedule we played. So I think our players knew that how important going to Dallas-Fort Worth was going to be. And it showed. It showed. We needed to do what we needed to do, and I think in all three of those games, I thought the type of challenge that we have had all year showed. Because I think it was only one game we trailed 2-0. We led every minute of the other 139 minutes, whatever it is. Math? 119. There you go. So, but I was really proud of them and their focus and their execution and their preparation.
Coach, was that intentional, scheduling UConn, Vandy, Louisville, Duke, South Carolina, Mississippi State, and to get to where you needed to be by the end of the regular season?
Well, it's always been intentional. I think if you look at our schedule every year, we play one of the toughest non-conference schedules in the country, and those are not bye games. Those are all home and homes. I haven't played a bye game in 24 years when I took over the program. So these are all games that next year we have Connecticut, South Carolina, and Duke's coming back. And we always try and play 2 tournaments where we can get 4 games or 5 games on a neutral floor. And I think that's one thing that you can control. You can control who you play in November and December.
Going to go back to the Zoom. Joe, do you have a question?
Yes, I do. I'm unmuted now, I hope. Jose, in the championship game of the conference tournament against Rice, you played only 6 players. You had 4 players played 40 minutes. Laura played 32. Can you do that against a team that applies as much pressure as Tennessee does?
Joe, it's going to be tough to do, I think, but, Rice had played 3 games already, and when they played us, it was the 4th game. And I thought we were really fresh. We'll get Jeanette Arnio back, so that'll give us another body. But I felt the way that Rice played and the tempo of that game that we could really shorten things and play that group and go with the minutes that we played that day. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I know the timeouts are a lot longer between quarters, so that's good. I think they're 4 minutes. Be selling a lot of advertisement, so that's good for the game. So we'll be able to get some extra rest. How deep can we go? I don't know. You're in the NCAA tournament, right? Next 40 minutes could be the next 40 minutes and the season's over. So, and then you got a day's rest for the next game.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, front row there, our third row, actually.
Cora Hall with the Knoxville News Sentinel. You've been around the game for a long time. I'm just curious kind of what your impression is of Caldwell's system at this level and the way, with the subbing, the pressure, and the offense. Just what's kind of been your impression of it as you've scouted of it?
Well, yeah, like I said, it's going to be different seeing it in person, right? The one thing that reminds you, again, I've been doing this for a long time when Paul has teams at Loyola Marymount, and they played that way offensively, right? But they didn't play that way defensively. So, to play this type of style, I could imagine how Kim's practices are, because I'm sure they're very intense and they're in very, very, very great condition. That's why, taking care of the ball is going to be so very important. So we got to do a great job breaking pressure, right? Either scoring early and making sure they defend us well in the half court. Now, her goal is going to be to turn us over, speed up the game, make us take quick shots, and hammer the glass. So, yeah, it's nothing that what teams have seen it this year, right? So it'll be definitely something that we'll have to adjust to, and we'll see. Is she going to sub 5 in, 5 out? Is she going to shorten things coming off of the conference tournament? I guess we'll find out tomorrow night.
Any other questions? Go ahead, please.
you have a very veteran point guard out of the ICC and Mama, just like how key is a player like her playing against the kind of pressure that Tennessee's going to put on you guys?
Yeah, she's seen some pressure playing in the SEC her whole career and then coming here. But she's been through it, right? We played at UConn, we played at South Carolina, played a very aggressive Mississippi State team on a neutral floor. I think Louisville's very good. So she understands how important it is going to be, breaking pressure and then making sure, we settle down once we break pressure. Because shot selection is going to be very important. Bad shots lead to bad transition defense. So she's going to have to do a really, really good job tomorrow. And, I think she's very, very excited because this is her first NCAA tournament as well. So I think the decision-making is going to be very, very important for her because the ball's going to be in her hands a lot.
Over here to the right.
Jack Church with the Daily Beacon. For those players who haven't played in the NCAA tournament, just how do you try to explain to them sort of the magnitude of this and the pressure that it brings before they get out onto the floor tomorrow night?
Yeah, because you look at our roster, right? We're 1 year removed from the NCAA tournament. We didn't play in it last year, which is a little different for us. Carla Brito did, Yannet Arnio did, and Sammy Puises. So they're gonna understand real quick. When we step out on the floor and they see all the signage and they see all the games going on around the country, nothing prepares you till you play for one. And once you play in one, there's nothing like playing in one. And when you don't play in another one, it's like the season's been a failure. So the guys that will play, everybody will be part of this that hasn't played in one, will understand how hard, why the summer's so important, why the preparation's so important, why everything that you do is for this. So it's going to be a good teaching moment for the other 11 kids on the roster.
Anything else? Coach, thank you so much. All the best tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you for being here and covering women's basketball.